The ranking member on that subcommittee, Mr. Ackerman of New York, is recognized for 3 minutes.
The single question I have for the witnesses regarding Iran today is what's left? Because unless you have means to apply more pressure to Iran diplomatically, politically, and economically, we're near the point where other options will have to be considered. For a variety of reasons, I think we'd all like to avoid those options if we can. Thanks to the good work done by the previous Congress and with the support of the Obama administration, we have massively increased the pressure applied by American economic and particularly financial sanctions. Picking up where the Bush administration left off, President Obama and Secretary Clinton did tremendous work to build a new consensus now enshrined in a UN Security Council resolution to isolate Iran diplomatically and to restrict many of its avenues of trade. But those efforts are, frankly, not enough. The pressure on Iran has gone up, but this new heightened pressure is nowhere near the point of forcing the Ayatollahs to deal away their nuclear capabilities. What kind of pressure would suffice? It's hard to predict, but here's what I'd like to see. The Iranian Central Bank and the entire Iranian banking sector need to lose whatever capacity they retain to facilitate Iran's international commerce and trade. These institutions sustain Iran's criminal regime, underwrite terror, and facilitate Iran's illicit WMD programs. Let's be clear, sanctions have to hurt. If they don't hurt, they're not effective. The goal is not for us to pat ourselves on the back and issue press releases here. It's to inflict crippling economic pain over there. Iran's banking sector needs to become the financial equivalent of Chernobyl, radioactive, dangerous, and most of all empty. Other countries may object to this approach. Our response to them should be simple and frank. Either assist us in cranking up the pressure on Iran by economic and financial means, or accept that the United States and other like-minded states will be compelled to deal with Iran's unresolved nuclear issues by other means. It's been 10 years since the Bush administration revealed that Iran's secret enrichment capabilities, and the threat has only grown since then. Iran's efforts to acquire the means to produce nuclear arms must be stopped. President Obama told the nation that he would use all possible means at my disposal to prevent Iran from crossing the nuclear arms threshold. I would say there are still means that are yet unused, and we need to use them now. Finally, I'd like to express my deep dismay about the administration's truly pathetic and inadequate execution of the Iran rights protections provisions passed into law last year. I refuse to believe that the State Department, after exhaustively examining Iran's massive machinery of repression, torture, rape, and murder, can identify only 14 Iranian officials to be targeted by human rights sanctions. Here is a bunch more. Iranian officials could do a lot better, and frankly, a group of Iranian Boy Scouts could even do better. This abject failure to execute the law is totally unacceptable, and I'd like to ask you, Secretary Sherman, if you would carry this letter, which, unlike the State Department, actually names names of a bunch of Iranian officials, and if you would please deliver this to Secretary Clinton.